Ryan. Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Yes, thank you. So live here. I'm glad that I brought you to the stage so that you could tell me that I was on mute.
35 minutes later.
Right. No, so for anybody, perfect timing. Anybody that's new to this live video, today is all about AI. I got these new earbuds, which is one of the reasons why I'm still, figuring out, and I got a new laptop and a new cell phone. So, I'm definitely, and one of the reasons why is because of what I'm going to be showing today, which is the ability to be able to set up an AI agent really, really quickly, which we've done before, but I wanted to make sure that everybody, knew, if you're right, you're in the right on the right video. Today is all about AI. We do a call on Mondays as well. That's at 2 Eastern. This is at 2 Eastern as well on Wednesdays. The Wednesday call is all about AI. The Monday call is all about Google Local Service Ads and Google Business Profile Optimization. And basically, what I'm teaching you is, as a business owner, if you implement some of the strategies that I'm talking about, either today or on Monday, these strategies can easily make you another $20,000 to $50,000 a month or more if these strategies are implemented, and save you a bunch of money as well. So, and do it in minutes, and that's what we're gonna talk about. So with that, let the sirens go by. So I am the owner and president of Accelerate Marketing. I've got an amazing team of approximately 29, 30 people. And we get some amazing stuff done for business owners that are looking to get their phone ringing. We do that by leveraging one of the biggest platforms out there, or the biggest platform out there, which is Google. And specifically, the platforms that we leverage are for local businesses. They're local strategies. They're Google Business Profile Optimization and Google Local Service Ads. And one of the things that we really don't tell our clients that we do behind the scenes is because we're so in the trenches on how to deliver on the 3 R's of Google Local Service Ads, which is reviews, radius, and response rate. Reviews, radius, response rate, is that we don't tell you guys this, but what we do in the background is we do a lot of optimization for the reviews, and we do a lot of optimization for the radius, and we do a lot of optimization for the response rate. And the response rate meaning how quickly do you answer the phone? And it doesn't need to be you. It can be a computer. It can be an agent. It can be, a bunch of zeros and ones answering the phone.
Just a different language.
But yeah, in an amazing language, and that can speak just like you and I, because it uses the same brain network that we use. So anyway, so that's what we do. And with that, S, what's your background?
Yeah, so I'm S. Lee, the founder of Messages Improved, also of May app. I've been doing messaging and AI for 8 years. And most recently, we've built a DIY platform for anybody to go in and build their own AI agent. It's connected to a number, and in about 5 minutes, you can actually have what I would call actually an employee, right? Like agent is kind of like the buzzword right now, but I think where you and I, both our companies, Ryan, are trying to get to is, okay, you have an AI that answers the phone, but ultimately you would like it to be an employee,
right?
And so Ryan is also going to show his platform today, and we're kind of like working closely on similar things, but it's with the spirit of, we need to bring, it's going to be a lot of work to bring this to the average person,
right?
And so if we could coordinate on that, and there's some things that are better on his platform, there's something that's better on ours, but the important thing is we get to educate people on what that process is.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to get on calls with people that have like found us, and they're all like somewhat cagey, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, is it okay that like I went to you instead of Ryan, or like vice versa? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're in this together. We're going up the hill together. If we can
Right.
both help you, like that's the important thing,
Right. Exactly. And we are. I mean, we can definitely help any of you guys out there. There's so few agencies that are able to do what we are able to do right now, that it's just such a blue ocean. This is, by the way, how I found S when I was searching for messages AI about 6 months ago. I typed in messages AI, and I mean, typically whoever is ranked at the top is is supposed to be
the
there, really. I
authority.
mean, they've done something, and one of the things that he did, and this is S's company, and he's got the same agent that I do. I mean, I've had some help from S to develop some aspects of our agent. um, the messaging side, for example, of ours was not. That's why I did a search for him because the messaging side of our agent was not able to really respond to the LSA leads. That's why I initially reached out to him, and so that's where we now have an agent that can do both voice and messaging and respond. And ask, now that I've got this functionality, I'm going to be using it so much. I mean, I'm going to show and not tell, right? So
Yep.
so I mean, it's like a kid in his toys now. It's like now I've not been able to show my screen for so long. It's like, oh, it feels so good to be able to actually show you guys what I'm talking about. So when this is what I'm talking about. So this is the Google guaranteed section, and this is the messaging side. So there's three ways that you can get in touch with somebody that in this the Google local service ad section, otherwise known as Google guaranteed or Google screened. This is a local strategy for local businesses, and it really levels the playing field for the small and large businesses, alike, to be able to be ranked at the top here. And this is the section that I was talking about, where if they want to send a message to somebody, this was not, our AI was not handling this in 6 months ago, or not able to handle it. And that's why I reached out, just being completely transparent. I reached out and I did a search, for messages AI, and that's where S and I started collaborating. And let's see, and we've got Fardin. So yeah, there's a guy that actually is in the studio here. So Fardin is another guy that has been watching very closely what we've been doing, and he's actually wanting to potentially sell our services. That's why. And I'm still learning StreamYard. So he's actually in the back office here. I think I meant to send him like the other link, but anyway, Fardin, welcome. I see you're here. So this right here is the messages. Okay, so this is the messaging section of the
And
LSA platform, like I was saying. Yeah.
and by the way, I want to make a note of that. Like if you pull up what the ads are, right?
Yeah.
And there's two call to actions if you're number one on Google. And there's LSAs, and there's call or message. If people are finding you through the internet and they're typing things, chances are they're going to be much more inclined to message rather than call.
Yeah.
Over
Especially I think
time.
if they're a like a millennial, a younger person. I mean, they're gonna want to just message. And then, by the way, when this message is sent to this business, and it does show you, this shows you that Google is paying attention to how quickly you respond. And this is the reason why you want to have an AI agent, help you with this, because there's basically no way that you can respond instantly the way that Google has set it up for you right now. Because the only way that you can respond to these messages is either via email or via their app. And their app right now is going to be deprecated or going to go away in about 2 to 3 weeks. So the only option that you're really going to have as a business owner is to reply through email, potentially.
Yeah. And by the way, with email, you know the frequency that people will check email, right? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, like I'm sure a lot of people don't even have notifications turned on for their email because they get barraged with email, right?
Yep.
So yeah, like you said, the possibilities of them actually replying within a minute, like not possible, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, on that point on message versus phone lead, um, I mean, when you call somebody, I think even behaviorally now, if I was to look for a business and I called them, I would suspect that there's a good chance that I'm not going to be able to talk to a person, right?
Yep.
Especially after hours, right? So I think
Yep.
behaviorally, like right now, I think the percentage of kind of leads that come through for these local businesses on calls versus messaging is still small, right?
Yep.
But we could see probably over the next year, there's, you know, it's not unrealistic to think that they could be on like parity, on par. And so if you
Yep.
think of, hey, what's the universe of leads I could be getting? And for anybody not to have those message leads on, it's almost like you're kneecapping yourself, like you're cutting that possibility in half. And
Yep.
then you think about after hours on weekends and just by pure time hours, right? Like you're you know you're potentially interacting with the customer a fifth of the time that they could be interacting with you, with your business.
Absolutely. And if you look at, surprisingly, the percentage of businesses that actually even have the message leads turned on is very small. And the reason why 90% of the time is because they don't have a solution for responding to people. And or what's happening, and this is what we hear a lot because I talk to 2 to 3 businesses probably a day that have the same issue. They say, yeah, you know what? I'm not getting good leads from my messaging. Well, the reason why they're not getting good leads is because they're not responding to their messages. And because they're not responding to their messages quickly, they're not ranking high. And so the absolute top percentage rate for that business goes down, meaning that the percentage of time that they're actually showing up as the number one ranking is 50% or less. And what that means is that they are getting the leftovers. So therefore, they are actually going to be getting, by definition, leads that are not as good as they would be if they were actually responding quicker to their message leads, because they would show up in the absolute top percentage 80-90% of the time. They'd show up at that absolute top ranking 80-90% of the time, and therefore they would get better leads because they wouldn't just get the leftovers from the guy that whatever the guy at the top didn't want. Does that make sense?
And also consider there's this comment that we got from businesses that like the message leads aren't good. There's just a bunch of garbage, right?
Yeah.
And you could expect to some extent that being true. Like, website, when you put in a lead form in there, you have a bunch of people who aren't very serious about it, right? But there was no humanly way possible to follow up with any of those, especially if you have a lot of volume, right?
Yep.
And I go, that's actually perfect for AI.
Yeah.
Like, like let's just say, the how qualified a lead is on call versus on messages. Let's just say messages, it's a fifth as much, right? So, but if it's a fifth the price, and you're able to push that conversation deeper, right?
Yeah.
Which is they said, hey, I'm looking for something like this. It's not a right match. Your AI could be like, well, tell me exactly what you're looking for. This is what we do. And is there and it's almost like, it's ideal. Literally the problem that people have, then one of the top comments that I've heard on message leads is just a lot of, but not very qualified ones. It's because you can't be doing that qualification at that volume.
Yes, I agree. And I agree. Look, I want to make sure that you guys understand, what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help you guys that are trying to get to a 7-figure business. Okay. If you're trying to get to, not just $1 million a year, but 10, 15, 20, $30 million a year in your business, this is the way to do it. And a business that you love, a business that you really enjoy running, that you really enjoy owning, because you are able to do what you enjoy doing. That's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy putting people into their happy place. If that means their happy place, like, that's what I do. Like, I help people go to their happy place, because what they're doing, I allow them to do what they do, because the systems that we have handles everything else, and all you got to do is just show up and do your happy thing. Whatever that, if that happy thing means you showing up and going underneath the somebody's sink, and you're just sitting there and you're like, dude, I freaking love this. I love these freaking plumbing. I love copper plumbing. I love it. It's just so sexy. It's amazing. Like, that's what I want. I want to enable you to be able to do. That's what we do here at our company. We facilitate you being able to be in your happy zone. And so and that's really it.
That's what I do now. Right? You found me, you chatted with our chat bot. I never and the bot gives them my calendar link. And so I just see my calendar fill up, and I love those calls. Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't have to go through that very first call. Here's our pricing, here's our product. This is what we can bring. They've already chatted with the bot about that. So by the time they get to a call with me, all I go is, I just want to be here about your problem. Right.
Yes.
And what, I get to just think about solutions for them, as opposed to going through that initial dance.
Exactly. And so let's go to the solution. Let's show how quickly, and we can go into like the, that's what we do big picture. So let me just show you like how we make this happen. Like, I'm going to show my screen here, and I'm going to present my screen. So let me show the entire screen. Boom, boom. And then let me just go to sign up. So if you want to sign up, basically you can go here. Let me just put this down and present this, because I want to make sure that everybody can see this. Hold on, banners, I know. So you can go here, lsa.accelerateyourmarketing.com/sign up. Okay, so at this page, when you get to this page, you just go to this page, and you can get a free account. You can set up an AI agent for yourself. I just want to show everybody how easy this is to do. So this is what conversational AI is, okay? Everybody's asking what it is, how can it work for me? It's basically setting up an AI agent for your business that knows your business inside and out. And you do that by uploading documents to it called a knowledge base, and you create what's called a prompt, which is its brain. And that's it. And so that's as simple as it gets. So I'm going to go here. So if you go to that sign up page, you put in your name, your email, phone number, password, create account. And then on the other side, we pay for a phone number for you. Okay. We literally will pay for a phone number for you and set up this account for you. And it's going to go to this page. It's going to go, okay, great. I'm not going to assign a number here. So I'm going to assign a number. So so you got to assign a number. So first we're going to purchase a new number, and I'm going to purchase one in the 561 area code. So whatever your area code is, because you're a local business. So this is who we cater to, as local business owners. So if your area code's 561, you go search, because we want to make sure that it's a local number, so that we can put it on your website. We can put it anywhere that a local person is going to recognize that local number. And when you can't answer the phone, the AI is going to answer it. Or when you can't take a message, if you can't respond to a text, the AI is going to respond for you. Okay. So I'm going to get this number. This is actually a good number. Okay. So buy that number. So we're buying it. We're purchasing a number for free for you, just so you guys can experience this. And I know that this is, we just want people to experience like this process. It's there's agencies out there that are charging $30,000, $20,000. And I've got a story that I can tell you that where we've experienced this. We heard this was happening from companies that remain nameless. I'm not going to tell you like who the company is, but it's a company that most of us probably are familiar with right now. That if you've been looking for an AI agent, there's like 5 or 6 that are very large ones, and they charge they charge one of my friends. I went to his event. He's a coach, and I was talking to him about artificial intelligence. And before I talked to him, this other company talked to him, and they sold him a prompt basically, which is this right here, this AI prompt. And by the way, this is for free. I mean, for $20,000. He didn't have anything else really to speak of that much that I know of. I mean, I know you went a little bit further with, in the conversation
Yeah.
with this person, but they didn't
Yeah,
really
and it
have
was
much
just
more
doing
than a prompt,
voice.
did they? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just doing well.
Mm.
Well, they had promised voice,
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm.
you get a number, you could call it,
Right.
and then
And that's what you're doing. That's what we're doing right now. We're giving you an AI agent with a voice and the ability to text. So we're literally connecting this to a Twilio phone number, your agent right now. I mean, to a Twilio phone number through this process, and we're assigning it a prompt, so you don't have to do it. You can choose from these different prompts. Personal assistant, and this is I give credit where credit's due. This is exactly what um what S did. We just, we followed his instruction. This is exactly what he did in his, TextMate platform. Personal assistant, clone, coach, companion, custom. So these are all the different types of prompts. And obviously, as you can see, based on what you choose here, it'll change the prompt. Okay. It'll change what's, if it's a coaching prompt, it's gonna change the prompt. It's going to change the brains of the agent. Okay. So if I go with business, okay, so you can see you are a business AI for Palm City. You're a representative of a business, which answers questions based on the information provided and learns about what I need, often by asking relevant questions. So we can specifically give it more instructions, like, what kind of business is it? Obviously, there's a lot more specifics that we can give it here that would give it a lot more context. But we just do this for the sake of, allowing you guys to have a phone number that you can test really quickly. Okay. Now there's advanced settings, like what model do you want to use? You want to record the calls, all these other things. Do you want to transfer the calls? Do you want to, use a calendar link? These are all things that are going to be grayed out and this is our 3 deliverables that we deliver on initially is just 3 things. It's very simple. The AI is going to answer the phone. It's going to assess the client, and it's going to send you a notification. That's it. Those are the 3 things it's doing. That's all it's doing. And if you became a client of ours, that's what we would set up for you. We would set up, we would put that as our goal for 90% or more of the calls. Okay. If we have that happening for 90% or more of the calls, then we considered, we're in the end zone. We scored a touchdown. And we have a 2-week onboarding process that we follow in order to get people to that end goal, to 90% of calls being able to do those 3 things. And then once we do that, then we can go further and we can actually do things like that, are much more fun, like transferring calls, sending a calendar link to schedule appointments, things like that. But the basics is all we deliver on in the beginning, the 3 deliverables. That's it. And then, so we just saved it. And there's a knowledge. Okay, by the way, so there is a knowledge base, and this is new to you, S. So, if you have, so this knowledge base is any PDF, .txt file, .doc file that you have that would give the agent context of what it is that your business is about, what you want it to do. Like, for example, if you wanted to be a salesperson or a account manager, then you would give it 3 to 5 examples of great account management conversations. If it's a salesperson that's doing a discovery call, then or setting up discovery calls, then you would want to give it 3 to 5 examples of great discovery calls or great calls that would lead to the discovery call. Whatever it is that you want it to know, you would give it examples of that, or what we call shots. And that is what
Nice.
you upload here to the knowledge base. Does that make sense?
Nice. This is the first time I'm seeing it. I'm glad you guys got
Right.
it up.
Pretty cool. Yeah. And then
Nice.
we've got an embed code. So we do have an embed code so that you can actually put you can put the agent on your website. So like if you go to, we just did ours. So if you go to Accelerate Marketing San Diego and you go to our, of course, yeah, here, let me just go Accelerate Marketing. If you go to our website. So this is the first time I'm seeing it. There you go. Here's our chat widget.
Ooh, I
What
think
do
I
you
like
think?
your chat widget more than ours.
Right? So it looks pretty clean. I mean, I like the chat with us. Here's the custom description. So this is where a custom description would go. And then thanks for reaching out to Accelerate Marketing. This is Jen. I see. So this is where you can say, hey Jen. What services?
So Ryan, are you gonna tell them it's a bot or a human? Like it's a
Yeah. So right. So this is actually here we go. So at Accelerate Marketing, we specialize in services such as Google Local Service Ad Optimization, Google Business Profile. Boom. I mean, this is it. This is what we do, and we opt. And this is not a human. This is an agent. And so what we've done is we've effectively gotten rid of all of our other opt-ins, other than this one right here, which is going to be gone at the end of the day today. And the only thing that we're doing is we're making it so that people can basically chat with us, chat with our agent. And then when this happens, what happens is you will get a notification, and you'll get a notification when a chat happens, and you'll get the complete transcript. And this is, by the way, this is the embed code that made this right here. This embed code is what makes this here, like this chat box right here. So that is all that you need. Yeah.
And it's worth noting, right? Like this is free, right?
Yeah.
Just to try, and we go with that product alone. All these other companies that have that dumb chat widget that's on the lower right, that's like a glorified FAQ, right? This is already an upgrade to that.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, this is it. So, and this is here's this link as well. So if you just wanted to send a link to somebody for them to interface with the agent, this is the link, and it goes full screen. This is pretty slick, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. And that was actually like behaviorally what I was, we have a lot of conversations with people where I'm like, man, that lower right widget thing kind of ruined the experience, right? For everybody. Like behaviorally, you're just like, that's something that pops up on my website. I ignore it, right?
Yeah, this. And by the way, this 100%. I said either we're getting rid of this by the end of the day today, and this was supposed to be gone, but or this is going to now be replaced. See, this is what people, and that's why I left this up. I wanted you guys to see this. This is what people are used to. Would you rather have this experience?
Yep. Giving you my information, not getting any value from you, the business. Just handing off my personal information to you and hoping you might call me in a day.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, this ends up on some list and not being bombarded by emails, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so this is where I can get my questions answered, and you can do this for any vertical, guys. This is what I want you to see, and I'm gonna go back to me in a second here. So this is that shareable link, by the way. So there's a shareable link that would take you to this right here. Okay, that shareable link is this link right here. That basically makes the chat box the entire screen. And then this is the embed code that I showed you that allows you to embed it on your website. And again, this is, like you said, this is all free. This is not like, this is just so that we can give you a taste of it. And you do get, there's a limit. You get, I think it's 30 messages and 6 voice calls. And we're going to test it out in a second here. Let me save this, though. So we've got everything here. The prompt's good. Let's just save it. And this is just a basic prompt. Okay, so it's been saved. And then now let's let's go to, if I can actually call, and I'm wondering if you can hear this. I'm going to try to call it from my,
Okay.
I haven't done this yet. I'm kind of curious.
Man, live demo without actually testing it. Man.
Let me see.
Now you.
Can you? Oh, allows calls using this. Okay, your phone is not configured to allow calls using this. Okay, so we gotta configure that later. So that's how real this is. Okay, so let me call on my phone then. Okay, and I'll do yeah. Let's just do it. I'm gonna do hold on. 561. Here, let me show you my screen. I'm gonna show you my screen. Hold on. Let me just do this. This is what's so cool about the new
Yep.
Oh, Max. Yeah. Okay. So let me do this. Okay. So 5, 6, 1, 7, 8, 3. And you know what? I've got to turn off my earbuds. So because how do I do that? Hold on. How do I turn off my earbuds? Hold on. Because I want you guys to be able to hear.
Well, I think once it's dialing, you can just speaker it, right? You're an iPhone user. I'm an Android user. I know Androids at least can't help you here. I don't hear you. Yeah, your sound's not coming through now, right? Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get out of here. And hold on. I'm gonna call from my phone now. Hold on.
Thank you for calling Palm City. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I just wanted to call and see, you know, what, you know, how you can help me. Hold on. Hello, you there? I think I got disconnected.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm back on the line now. How can I assist you today?
Yeah. What does your business do? How can you help me?
Palm City is a business that aims to help with various needs. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're looking for?
Yeah, I didn't.
My best to see how we can assist you.
Yeah, I didn't program you to really you know, do a whole lot, but yeah, I'm just glad that you're able to respond to me, and I understand that I need to spend a little bit more time to give you more specifics about my business. So I'll do that. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. You mentioned you'd like to provide more specifics about your business. I'm here to listen and help in any way I can.
Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna call you back after I program you a little bit more.
That's almost like a sense of now you wonder when you talk to a customer service person, they can't answer anything, and
Yeah.
you're getting a little glimpse. You're like, why can't they answer anything?
Yeah.
Wait, are they an AI? Like in the business, we got to program them and tell them what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. And so this is I hope you guys are still seeing my screen. So I could do an outbound call. I can send an SMS. So let me just let me see if let me just send.
I think you can just type.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can just type in the.
Yep. So this is just showing you that it is connected to text. So this is that same agent that was being used for voice. Yeah. Now you can text it as well. So just showing you that the same number that's being used, I can help. So see, he thinks the business name is Palm City, and provide details about our services. If we gave it more context, you could see that it would. And this is all the reason why that the prompt is so important. This prompt creation right here is very, very important, and making sure that you've got the here, where's the knowledge base? So you've got to upload the content to it, or the examples, along with programming the prompt so that it understands more about what you want it to do. That way it will behave in the way that you want to and get you the results that you want in the end, which is either to schedule an appointment for your business or to do anything that you want it to do. So I just want to show you that this is the fundamentals of setting up an AI agent for a business here in the latter part of 2024. Now this is going to change and probably going to be a lot easier soon, but I don't know of any agencies that can actually show you what we just showed you, and that would allow you to be able to set up an AI agent that is connected to both voice and to text on one phone number, so that you can start using it that same day or literally within minutes. So that's what I'm trying to help you guys to see. And this can save you. I mean, you can take this as far as you want. And that's the conversation that I really want to have now is okay, now that you've seen that, what we're looking for businesses that you want to set up an agent to answer your phone and respond to message leads. Okay. And it can save you a lot of time, energy, and effort. And it can probably make you a lot of money, because based on 2 to 3 conversations I have a day with business owners that find me on the content that I create, because they know that, that I've been doing this for a while, and they know that, they understand what they want. They want to get their phone ringing. When I look at their local service ads account, what I see is that they don't actually respond to their phone calls or answer their phone calls about 30% of the time across the board. And this has been corroborated with other colleagues. I don't know if you guys saw Corey and Cliff that we had on here. They know the same thing. You can continue to be in denial about it if you're a business owner, and that's okay. But I can just tell you that the average is 30% at least. And based on a study from Harvard, it's potentially even a little bit worse than that. But what we found from the Harvard study, which is a great study, it was done about 15 years ago, and you can look it up online. They found that about 25%, a quarter of all calls, are never called back. Of inbound calls are never called back. They're not answered, and then they're never called back. So this is why this can lead to a lot of found money. And most of the business owners that say, I think we do a really good job of answering the phone, they don't go back. The thing they need to do is that you need to go and listen to your phone calls and see what's happening. Because when we do, what we find is that call service that you're using about 30% of the time, you don't know this unless you listen to them, and you've just been doing this for so long, it doesn't really matter. You've just kind of forgotten about it, and that's okay. That's why I'm here, is to help you to understand that there's all this found money that you can go and get now by just going and paying attention to this. If you just go and listen to those calls, you'll see that about 30% of those calls go to a music hold. Okay. So, there's a lot of, this is just easy, like found money for a business, for any business, so, but here, and The opportunity though is now that we've got this baseline of, okay, it's really easy to set up an AI agent for a business. Now let's have the really interesting conversation, which is how do we replace not just how do we use artificial intelligence to really start running your business? Like not just the intake, but all aspects of your business. Like for a plumber, for example, we've identified at least 5 aspects of their business that the AI agent could take over. One is the customer service. Okay, all you got to do is connect the AI agent to your CRM, which can be very easily be done. And it's got access to every conversation that it's ever had with any of your clients. It's got full recollection of it. And through that recollection of the past history with your clients, it can send out a review request very, very simply. And by the way, that's one of the tools that we've just built. We built out our AI agent now can make an outbound phone call to any of your current clients or your clients can be tagged so that when that tag happens or when a certain tag happens or a certain event happens when a certain event happens, what will happen is that the AI agent will make an outbound phone call to that person and it'll say, hey, we just had a great experience, or we just had, Fred go out to your business, or your house and do the carpet cleaning. Okay. Would you leave a review for us? Did you have a great experience? Yes or no? The person says, yes, great. So the voice agent is on the phone with the person and sends them a text immediately to then gather that review at that moment. So that's another aspect of how you can really automate your business through these AI agents. It's not just the intake, it's the review gathering, it's the account management, it's the invoicing of your clients, it's emergency services for like if you've got a plumber or whatever, and they have a like an emergency response part of their business, it can do that. It can also and triage those. The AI agent can do that very, very well and very easily. So there's many aspects of a business that basically any aspect of your business can be outsourced to an AI agent, and those are the conversations that we really want to have with business owners.
And then adding on top of that, there's some things that the AI has enabled that I think businesses never even thought it was a possibility, right? Mm-hmm. So you go, what's found money? Well, look, off the bat, if the average business doesn't answer 30% of these calls, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the AI could actually do a follow-up. And think of how many businesses, they have a customer contact list that's oodles and oodles more than their existing current client list, right? Yep. That you could rewarm, right? Yep. Hey, 8 months ago, you needed somebody, to come take a look at your sink. Was your problem solved? If not, let us know, right? And immediately, like my analogy there is, advertising campaigns, right? There's impressions, and then there's for somebody to know your brand, and then there's what was that term? It's like re-engagement, like, mm-hmm. And somebody who's seen your ad before but sees it a second or third time before they actually get your services, right? Yep. And that's what's potential here, the potential. Yeah. So anybody that has that customer list, well, there's found money there, right? You can just be hitting them up. And this was completely impractical before for a business because you were going to have to make those calls. You were going to have to write those text messages. But now if you hit a button to do an outbound call to 1,000 people or send a text message to 1,000 people, that's relevant to what your last interaction that you tagged in your CRM was, right? Then, okay, like just the level of customer service, customer care, and success that could happen now, I don't think people are actually like that enters their imagination right now, right? Because they were used to working with the confines of human beings. Yeah. It's almost like the moment if you can get proficient enough in this, and we try to make it easy, but we'll work with companies closely to do this, right? The moment you think of a communication idea, we're like, okay, it could be done in a day, right? Mm-hmm. And we want to work with, business owners that kind of think along those lines, not only, and we're getting into conversations, Ryan and I, with companies that go, wait, if I've done it for my company and I'm only in this local jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be expanded? Could it be sold to other businesses? And we're like, now you're thinking like how we're thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In other words, if they start thinking, okay, well, if I'm doing this, if you're doing this for me, and I'm the one who's giving all of these examples from my best intake person to be able to train the agent, well, then we've got an agent that then can go and do this for other businesses. So we've created a super intaker or a super account manager. And so now that AI agent can then be brought to other businesses. And that's the opportunity that eventually emerges from these conversations that we have with business owners. They're like, okay, I'm using this technology. I see it. I understand it. And now that I see that we're training it and I see it getting better. And so, and like, I'll share one of the stories that we have from one of our immigration attorneys. It very quickly went from, okay, you've put in all the plumbing that is necessary to make it so that I feel safe initially, so that my intake team gets the first 20 seconds to answer the phone. And then after that, we give the AI agent the last 10 seconds to take it and to answer it, because we know that by doing that, we're going to have a much greater chance of getting more leads from Google as a result, because Google sees that we're answering the phone within 30 seconds. And we have a much greater chance of converting that lead because they're not going to the next business below me from LSA. They're gonna stay with us because we got them on the phone, right? And so once this particular client of ours saw this, and they saw how we were able to do this for her, and initially she was like, oh my gosh, like they're really reserved and hesitant, and then eventually she's like, wow, like I see how it's able to actually schedule appointments. I see how the AI agent's able to actually transfer phone calls. And as a result, I see that our conversion rate, meaning the percentage of these leads that are converted by an AI answered phone, or by an AI agent versus a human answered, phone call. So in other words, what we're doing is we're just putting the AI agent next to the humans, and we're going, okay, which one converts, which solution converts more of the leads into business. And if the AI agent converts an equal amount or better, then
don't pick up the phone.
Yeah,
Right?
then don't
pick up the phone.
Right.
And that was what I was saying when we were doing this with Ryan early on, right? I'm like, Ryan, I'll bet you these first couple that we put on, right? They're like, yeah. We want the human to take the first 30 seconds. Once they've seen enough transcripts, they're like, it actually handles pretty well. That employee themselves are going to be like, you know what? I'm going to let it ring, right? Knowing that the AI is going to take care of it just as well as they do, if not better.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they just needed that initial comfort, right? And so we push people to kind of go live early, because let's get past this phase, right? You just hired an intern. You're not sure how they're going to perform. I still want to do it, right? But just let their intern do it. And then pretty soon, if the intern does it well, you're just going to be like, great, you just take all of those, right? And we're seeing that move very, very quickly. Because with this particular client, the very first question was, wait, now that we got all this volume, this additional volume, I might have to hire a person, right? And she asked us, should I hire that person?
Should I hire somebody? And we're like, yeah, no, you don't really need to, I mean, you can not hire that person. And as a matter of fact, we can use the AI agent to be your referral person in your business, because a lot of attorneys, they make a lot of their income from actually referring cases out to other partners that they work with. So they have a personal injury attorney that they work with. They have they have other attorneys that they'll refer business to. And you have built that agent already. You've built an agent that is a referral pro. And so that unlike in the plumbing vertical, you don't really make a lot of money as a plumber to refer business. So it's not that, but as an attorney, you can make a lot of money by actually just referring, like literally, like that could be a full-time job. And it was for this one attorney that was approaching retirement. It's another great story, that we've got, that, you basically retired this guy, right? Because he,
Well, that one was a structural engineer
oh,
because he didn't want to do the job anymore, and
Mhm.
he would just refer out. And by the way, here's something that people, we talk about qualified leads or not, right? Who in the world is going to search up a plumber and then just be garbage, right?
Mhm.
And with attorneys, there's a lot of that where it might not be, we can't take on this case. This is not a good case, right?
Yeah.
But just think of every single one of those that aren't right for your business is probably right for another business. So imagine, let's just say you convert 20% of the leads that come through, right? Well, the other 80%, that could be referred out. Hey, I'm sorry, you contacted me about this. We don't take these cases, right?
Yeah.
That could be referred out. And I mean, quite possibly, a lot of businesses out there that find themselves doing this, they can probably double their revenue from that. They just didn't have a good channel for that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And having an AI qualify, and sometimes, look, when people reach out, they don't really know what they want the service, right? And they don't know whether there is a case or not. And the AI could be providing a lot of that value right then and there and say, hey, look, this is not exactly this type of case, but it may qualify for this type of case. And if you just put in the prompt, if this doesn't match our area, or let's just say local businesses, if this is outside your radius, right? And it's inside this other radius, that's my buddy that lives in the next city over, provides the same service. Okay, send them to them, right? And tell them, Ryan sent you.
Yes. And then you've got instant revenue, and you didn't have to do anything. I mean, other than just have the AI agent make the introduction for you, because it's trained to do that. And that's just another aspect. That's just another part of the prompt or the knowledge base that you can give it, the brains. Or so what's the analogy that you give? You say the prompt is like
the prompt's the pep talk. It's the before you say anything, remember, you're a customer service agent for XYZ lawyers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the knowledge base is kind of like the reading material before you go into this call. If they talk about, what's your pricing policy? What's your this? Just have read that so that you're prepared and can draw on that knowledge.
Yes.
And I would make that point with that structural engineer. So people go, what is the conversion rate? And do people want to chat with an AI, right? That particular bot, we've had probably for less than a year. It's had 900 conversations. Keep in mind, he doesn't take any of this business, right? So he has no business right now. When we look through those conversations, the satisfaction rate is probably 80% plus. I've never seen any, I've seen more human conversation transcripts than anybody should. I've never seen a human one where that many people said thank you, and you did not give them the service they were looking for. You said, oh, I can't do that, but my buddy here focuses exactly on that. Would you like me to connect them with it? Connect you with them, right? You patch them through, and they're like, wow, well, thank you so much, right? And we're going, that it's human conversion rates aren't anywhere close to that.
Yeah. And thanks, Paul Macario, for putting the heart on the Facebook live. If you have any questions, please post any questions down below. We'll see them and we can respond to them. We've got a few more minutes here. We might be able to go a little bit longer if we get above let's say seven people on at any given time. We're at like 5 right now.
Was there somebody that was waiting in the backstage?
Yeah, Farden is on stage. Hey, Farden.
Hey guys, this is Farden. So hopefully hi Mr. Lee. Nice to meet you. So you probably don't know me. Yeah, I just talking with Ryan that maybe we will also work with start working with this data thing, and I might work as the sales guy we just like still talking about that, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
your audio is coming in a little weird.
Yeah, your audio is a little bit muffled, but I'll have you back, jump on in a second here. Pardon, 1 second. Let me just I want to in the last minutes here, I want to show you guys. I want to see what you guys think of this. And for you as well. We've talked about a lot today. But before we go, I want to show something, and I also want to just make sure that we kind of just circle back and just make sure that everybody understands, where we're at. I mean, what we're trying to do is we're trying to help you as a business owner create a business that you love, and really go from a 6-figure or a seven-figure business to really an 8-figure business. So like $1 million, $9 million a year to like, 10, 15, $20 million a year or more. And you can do that through outsourcing a lot of the responsibilities that you have in your business using artificial intelligence and an agent. And it's I mean, this is happening one way or the other. I mean, it's and so if you want to, you can embrace this, and the people that are doing those roles can do things that are much more valuable for your business. We're going through this ourselves in our own company. We're doing all the things that we're talking about today. We're doing outbound phone calls, to re-warm up our list using the AI agent to make those outbound phone calls. You just saw live how our chat is now on our website. I mean, I'm not like you're seeing it happen, from an AI agency, from an agency that literally is like, we're drinking our own Kool-Aid and making it so that we can actually, and you're seeing it real time. I mean, we're just being as transparent as possible because we want you guys to see, that this is happening in real time. Like this is happening, and how much more valuable it can be in terms of an engagement with your end user. So let me share that. So if you have any interest, okay, let me just land this plane first. If you have any interest in connecting with us, please put a comment below, or below our videos there should be a link to the 5 mistakes, the 5 common mistakes for local service ads, or you can just text us at 619-304-5155. Any one of those. We've got a school community where we coach and train you guys. We give you tons of value. I've been doing this for years, and we just helped the guy yesterday. We didn't get paid anything. Alex, I mean, he's a contractor. He's a water restoration guy, or like a disaster remediation guy. And he had his LSA was not working that well. It wasn't working at all. It wasn't functioning. He didn't have it up and running. And so we spent time with him to set it up. We do a lot of this stuff because unfortunately a lot of business owners have been burned by agencies out there that are, there's been a lot of a lot of stuff that's happened in the past, with agencies, and it is what it is. So the bottom line is that, we are here to help you guys. We want to show you that, how you can go from a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business. And if you're a 7-figure business, go to an 8-figure business, very rapidly, with these strategies that we're talking about. And the strategy that we're mainly focusing on is Google Business Profile optimization and local service ads optimization. And then, and those are both local strategies that we focus on. We've been doing it for 15 years. And then one of the components of that, so call us, text us. Oh, what? S, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I got to jump on another call. I got at 3 o'clock. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. Until the next one. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right. So let me just wrap this up. I'm screen sharing. Okay. So let me just show you this. I want to see what you guys think. Well, you know what? I'm not going to show this today. I'm going to show this at another time. So I was going to show you the review system that we have using artificial intelligence. Basically, like I said before, what you can do is you can just send a, you can have the AI agent make an outbound phone call to somebody that you've just worked with in order to request a review from them, okay? And then if they say yes, it'll say, okay, what do you want to say in the review? And then it'll take that information and it'll send a text to them with a suggested review with that information in it, so that they can just copy and paste that into the link that the AI also texts to the person as well. So again, this is just another example of how these AI agents are going to be helping you do many things in your business, okay? So the entry point for us is to just answer the phone, okay? That's what we do. That's what we want to do with the agent, because that's the biggest need that we see as an agency owner. I see the biggest need that we have is to just get the phones answered, just to get these leads that we're sending them through the optimization that we're doing, to get the phones answered so that we can convert more of them. So with that, let us know if you got any questions. Go ahead and text us 619-304-5155, or you can go sign up for your own agent, lsa.accelerateyourmarketing.com/sign up. Okay. And please comment your questions, below, and we'll answer them on the next call we have. All right. Thanks, guys. Let us know, how we can help you. Talk soon. Thanks, Varden.